Hi friends, as a continuation to the previous video which is related on Biot-Savart's law. So in this video we'll just know some facts about Biot-Savart's law, and also we'll understand the basic differences and similarities between the Biot-Savart's law and Coulomb's law, right? So first of all, according to Biot-Savart's law, if you have a current carrying conductor here carrying a current I with a small differential element dl, and if you have a point of interest P which is at a distance of r from this current carrying conductor, according to Biot-Savart's law we know that the field is given by dB bar is equal to mu naught I dl bar cross r bar by 4 pi r cube Tesla. Okay, so this is the mathematical statement according to Biot-Savart's law. So here what we need to understand is the Biot-Savart's law basically gives us this law gives us the strength, means how to find the strength and direction of magnetic field. Direction of magnetic field. So in order to find the strength and the direction of the magnetic field due to a current carrying conductor, we can use Biot-Savart's law, which is the basic law of magnetostatics. Now we will see just the similarities and differences. Similarities and differences between Biot-Savart's law which is related to magnetic fields, and Coulomb's law which is related to electric fields or electrostatic fields. Specifically we can call them as static fields, electrostatic fields, magnetostatic fields. So here we will see the similarities, okay, and the differences, basic differences between Biot-Savart's law and Coulomb's law. So what is the basic similarity? First and very important similarity between Biot-Savart's law and Coulomb's law is similarity between these two is basically here the field is proportional to the current element and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. See, we can express this Biot-Savart's law in another way as mu naught I dl bar cross ar bar, if I want to express this in terms of unit vector, so that I will get 4 pi r square. Now by seeing this equation, we can say that the field is proportional to the current element and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. What is meant by current element here? Current element is nothing but the source. Let me take some real-time examples. Tell me what is the source for natural light? Sun, is it right? Sun is the source for natural light. You know this already. It is a fact. Similarly, what is the source for the light in this room? It is LED. LED is the source for light in this room. Similar to these two things, we have source for electric field as charge. Is it right? Okay, what is the source for electric field? Charge. Source for electric field. Similarly, what is the source for magnetic field? You can have two sources basically, because you have a bar magnet which is a permanent magnet. Because of this bar magnet you have a magnetism, but as far as our magnetostatics are considered, the source for magnetic field is current or current carrying conductor, or we can say current element is the source for magnetic field. As the source for natural light is sun, as the source for light in this room is LED, the source for electric field is charge, the source for magnetic field is current carrying conductor or current element. Here if you observe, the magnetic field is proportional to the current element and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. If you observe the Coulomb's law basically gives us the force. From the force we got the electric field intensity expression. We got this expression as E is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R square, where epsilon naught is the permittivity and here mu naught is nothing but the permeability, right? So the unit for this is volt per meter. Now if you observe Coulomb's law, here the Coulomb's law states that the field is proportional to the charge and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. Here the field is proportional to current element and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. This is the similarity. So both states that or both gives or both states that field is proportional to current, field is proportional to source. In electric field the source is charge, in magnetic field the source is current element. Okay, so field is proportional to source and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. Okay, inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. This is the major similarity. So these two indicates the same principle, means when the source strength increases, means when the current flowing through the current carrying conductor increases or the charge that is available in the free space increases, both the electric field as well as the magnetic field increases. And also when we move far away from a charged body or when we move far away from a current carrying conductor, the field experienced by me will be lesser. So these are same. Now we will see the differences, right? See, as these are proportional to the source, basically proportional to the source means these fields varies linearly with respect to the source strength. Hence we can apply superposition principle here. Superposition principle here in case of electric field as well as in case of magnetic field. Okay, so we'll understand what is meant by superposition principle in our later videos. Now we will see second thing, the differences. What are the differences between electric field and the magnetic field, right? If you observe the difference, so what is the difference basically? First difference electric field directed along the distance vector. Is it right or not? Electric field directed along the distance vector. Let me erase this. Electric field directed along the distance vector. What is meant by distance vector? Distance vector is a vector joining the source and point of interest. Electric field is directed along the distance vector, whereas magnetic field is, if you observe this cross product relation, it indicates that the magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane containing the current element and the line joining the current element and point of interest. So magnetic field is perpendicular to plane containing current element and distance vector. Right? If you observe here, electric field is always directed. For example, when you have a charge here, positive or negative, and this is the point of interest here, the electric field always acts along the line joining the positive charge and the point of interest. In this direction you have the electric field. So it is nothing but the electric field directed along the distance vector. Whereas when you have a current carrying conductor here and when you have a point of interest here, this is the current carrying conductor and this is the distance vector. Now because of this current carrying conductor, when you apply right hand thumb rule, you have the field towards the board, means it is in this direction towards the board. It is perpendicular to both the things. This statement gives us that. This is the first difference, and the second basic difference is electric field do not depends upon angle. Electric field do not depends on angle. Here if you observe in this expression, you cannot find any angular relation, whereas the magnetic field depends upon angle. What is the meaning for this? If you observe, this is a current carrying conductor. You have the maximum amount of magnetic field at this point of interest. If I consider the point of interest along the current direction, this is the point of interest which is perpendicular to the current direction, and this is the point of interest which is along the current direction. When you consider a point of interest which is along the current direction, the theta value becomes 0 because the current direction is same and the line joining the conductor and the point of interest is also in the same direction. Both are in parallel, hence theta value is 0, sine 0 is 0. So you don't have magnetic field at a point which is along the current direction. You have only the magnetic field which is related to the sign of the angle between them. Okay, so this is one basic difference, and this is another basic difference between Coulomb's law and Biot-Savart's law. And another thing is that third basic difference is the electric field depends upon a scalar source. Means here E depends upon Q directly, whereas the magnetic field depends upon vector source. What is meant by vector source? Because you need to know the current element, because in order to know the magnetic field direction, you should know in which direction the current is flowing. Based upon the direction of current, you will have the magnetic field, right? This is not the case with electric field. So this is about a small study on Biot-Savart's law and understanding the basic difference between Biot-Savart's law and Coulomb's law. Okay, so thank you very much for listening to this video. So if you have any doubts, please post them in the comment section. If you really like this video, please share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.